Hello everybody and welcome to Barca News. Today's May 31st, 2022. I hope all of you had a great Memorial Day weekend. I took a day off yesterday, so that's why I didn't post a video, and for that I apologize, but I needed some time off for myself. But now I'm back with lots of exciting news. News about the board of director meeting that took place today, and news about the future of lots of players like Robert Lewandowski, Raphinha, Memphis Depay, and Frenkie de Jong. We have lots to discuss, so let's begin. Hello everyone, my name is Mo and I created this channel so it can be a one-stop shop for all Barcelona fans where they can come here and get the latest news regarding FC Barcelona. Whether it be transfer rumors, injury updates, post-match analysis, or anything else, you will find it here. So I invite all of you to please subscribe to my channel so you can stay up to date on all the current news regarding our beloved club, FC Barcelona. Let's begin with the news that the board of directors met today in the city of Barcelona to discuss the club's financial situation. In this meeting, they discussed a lot of deals that the board is trying to close in order to bring much needed cash to the club. This cash will be very important not only to make new signings in the summer transfer window, but also to register two players who the club has already closed their deals, and that's of Frenkie from AC Milan and Andreas Christensen from Chelsea. These two players, the club has already finalized their moves from their respective clubs to Barcelona. However, Barcelona has not been able to register these two new players because we're still over that salary cap or that salary limit that's imposed by La Liga. So the cash from these deals will be very important in order to be able to register these two new players, but also to register players that the club has renewed, like Ronald Araujo, and of course there's the pending renewal of Sergi Roberto and Gabi. And without this cash, the club will not be able to register these renewals or to register the two new players that the club has already acquired. And these deals are: one, the CVC fund deal. I've already discussed this in my previous videos. The CVC fund is an investment fund that's looking to make a huge cash injection into La Liga in exchange for media rights. So Barcelona has negotiated a deal where they're going to sell 10% of their media rights to the CVC fund in exchange of 270 million euros. The second deal that the board of directors is trying to close, and that's the sale of 15% of the club's media rights to Goldman Sachs in exchange for 270 million euros. And the third deal is the sale of 49% of the Barca licensing merchandise, or BLM, and that deal would bring in the club around 200 million euros. So in total, we're looking at 740 million euros that the board of directors is looking to bring in this summer. Of course, these deals are not finalized. As you already know, Barcelona is a club owned by its members. And in order for these deals to go through, the club members have to vote on it and approve it. And this vote will happen on the 16th of June. So these upcoming weeks are going to be very pivotal and very important to see what's going to happen, because these deals are going to be very important not only to acquire new players and to register new players, but it's also going to be important to see whether the club is going to be able to get itself out from the financial mess that the previous president, Josep Maria Bartomeu, left us with. Now on to the news of one of the biggest names that's currently being talked about in Barcelona, and that's Robert Lewandowski. Lewandowski is currently on international duty with the Polish national team, and while with the team, he was asked about his future at Bayern Munich, and Robert Lewandowski clearly stated, and I quote, "My era at Bayern Munich is over." Robert Lewandowski said that he doesn't want to continue at Bayern Munich, that he doesn't see himself playing another season there, and that the best option will be for Bayern Munich to let him go. Of course, these public statements did not sit well at Bayern Munich. So Oliver Kahn, the former German goalkeeper and the current Bayern Munich CEO, made statements that he didn't understand why Robert Lewandowski was making these statements in public, and that statements like this will get you nowhere. Now, this is of course follows the statements of Karl-Heinz Rummenigge, which I reported about last week. He's a Bayern Munich executive who said that he didn't understand why Robert Lewandowski wanted to make a move to Barcelona, and that he didn't think Barcelona had anything to offer Robert Lewandowski, which Bayern Munich doesn't already offer him that. So it looks like Robert Lewandowski is keen on leaving Bayern Munich and coming to Barcelona. He continues to put pressure on Bayern Munich to let him go in these public statements. I just hope these statements do not anger Bayern Munich and don't complicate the negotiations going on between Barcelona and Bayern Munich. But of course, regardless of any of these statements, this whole deal is very keen on the move of Sadio Mane from Liverpool to Bayern Munich. As I reported in my previous videos, Sadio Mane wants to leave Liverpool. He actually said goodbye to all his teammates in the locker room at the end of the Champions League final. And as of today, Liverpool have set a price of 50 million euros as a transfer fee for Sadio Mane. Hopefully it all goes as planned, and Sadio Mane does end up going to Bayern Munich to replace Robert Lewandowski, and hopefully we'll see Bayern Munich approve that deal that Barca has made, that offer that Barca has made for Robert Lewandowski of 40 million euros. And hopefully by next season we will see Robert Lewandowski wearing the Blaugrana and playing for Barcelona. Now on to the news of Raphinha. As I reported in my previous video, which I will leave the link for down below, Raphinha has agreed to come to Barcelona on a 5-year deal until 2027. He's even agreed to reduce his salary in order to facilitate the transfer. However, Leeds United have set his transfer fee at 55 million euros. As I've mentioned before, Raphinha has a contract with Leeds United. He has a rescission clause of 75 million euros. That number would have dropped to 25 million euros had Leeds United been relegated. But on the last day of the Premier League, Leeds United were able to avoid relegation. So now they see themselves in a position of power. So they said that they will not accept anything below 55 million euros for Raphinha, and they even will not accept a deferred payment or a payment plan for him, that they want the 55 million upfront or you can't have them. Of course, this complicates severely this deal. Barcelona simply does not have the money to pay 55 million euros for Raphinha. So if Leeds United does not come down from this number, or if the club cannot reach an agreement with Leeds United, it seems that the Raphinha move will be practically impossible for this season. The two other players who have made headlines today, and that's Frenkie de Jong and Memphis Depay. The two Dutch players are currently on international duty with the Dutch national team, and while with their national teams, they were asked about their future with Barcelona. Frenkie de Jong stated that he wants to stay with Barcelona, that Barcelona has been his dream since he was a little kid, that he did speak with the club, but the only conversations that he had with Xabi and the club were about next season, about how to improve the team, about what was expected of him, and that as far as he knows, the club has not communicated to him that they have any intention of selling him. Now, Manchester United is still very interested in Frenkie de Jong. It looks like Erik ten Hag, the Manchester United coach, he's constantly calling Frenkie de Jong. He wants him to make the move to Manchester United and be a part of that rebuilding project that they're going to undergo next season. And Manchester United is so keen on having Frenkie de Jong in their squad that they are looking to make a very big offer to him. They're looking to make him the best paid player in the entire Premier League. So we're going to have to see whether this offer does materialize and whether this offer ends up swaying Frenkie de Jong's decision and making him convince him to making a move to Manchester United. I hope that doesn't happen. I really want to see Frenkie continue in the squad. I think he's a player with lots of skill, lots of talent, and that he contributes a lot to the team, and he's a key factor for the team's success and for the team's future. Now, Memphis Depay was also asked about his future at Barcelona, and he also said that he wants to stay in Barcelona, that he feels like Barcelona is his home, that he was a top goal scorer this season despite his injuries, and that he looks forward to the next season to where he could do better. Of course, like Frenkie de Jong, Memphis Depay is another player who wants to stay on the squad, who Xabi wants him on the squad, but because of the club's dire financial situation, they might be forced to sell him. Now on to the news of a player who Xabi does not want on the squad, and that's of Martin Braithwaite. Martin, the Danish player, was another one of those strange Josep Maria Bartomeu signings. He was never at the level of Barcelona. He should have never come to the squad. Xabi did not count on him at all this season, and he has told him that he will not be counting on him next season. So Barcelona have been working hard to find Braithwaite another club. It seems that Barcelona has received a lot of offers for him, one of them being from Valencia. There's a lot of clubs who want to acquire him, but who are not willing to pay him that salary that Bartomeu gave him, which is around 5 million euros a year. Now Braithwaite has said that he does not want to reduce his salary. He is not willing to take a pay cut to go to another club. Of course, this complicates the situation because there's a lot of clubs interested in him, but none of them are interested in paying him what he is currently getting paid. Hopefully he can change his mind and he can come around and agree to a pay cut so Barcelona can offload him, because he is, after all, a footballer, and if your team is telling you you're not going to play a single minute, then why would you want to stay on the bench just collecting a salary, especially in a World Cup year? If you don't play for a club, it's more likely that that Denmark will not call him up for the national team. So not only are you not going to see any minutes playing for club, you're most likely not going to see any minutes playing for your national team. So hopefully he'll come around and change his mind and decide that he wants to do what footballers do, and that is play football. Now, two other players who have received some interest, and that is the first one is Oscar Mingueza. It looks like Oscar Mingueza has begun preliminary negotiations with Getafe, either for a loan or a permanent transfer. Oscar Mingueza, of course, is another player who Xabi has told that he will not be counting on next season. So he has decided to look for another club, and it looks like Getafe might be it. It's still, of course, preliminary. It's still a beginning of negotiations, so we'll keep an eye on and see how these negotiations developed. The other player who has received some interest is Serginho Dest. It looks like Chelsea is very keen on acquiring the American player. However, Serginho Dest, like Frenkie de Jong, like Memphis Depay, he's another player who wants to stay in the squad, who Xabi wants to see him remain on the squad, but because of the club's dire financial situation, they might be forced to sell him. And we will conclude today's video with the great news that the Barcelona women's team defeated Sporting de Huelva 6-1, becoming the Queen's Cup champions, or La Copa de la Reina, and securing this league's double after having won La Liga back in March when they defeated Real Madrid 5-0. So congratulations to the women's team. They're an amazing team. They're the best women's team in the whole world. They're a force to reckon with. Of course, last season they won the Trebel, making Barcelona the first club in history to win the Trebel, both with the men and the women's team. I am very excited about this news, and I can't wait to see what the women's team is going to do next season. And of course, let's hope that the men's team can also start winning some trophies, just like the women's team are doing right now. So that is it for today. I hope you liked the video. If you did, please give me a like. Also, I invite all of you to please leave a comment down below, giving me your thoughts and opinions about all the news that I shared with you. And finally, I invite all of you to please subscribe to my channel so you can stay up to date on all the news regarding FC Barcelona. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video. And as always, Visca Barça.